Well, during this pandemic, we have brought you critical information, stories of hope and heroes, and ways that you can flatten the curve. But what about refugees in our community, those who are facing a language barrier and who don't have easy access to medical care? Team 12's Tremai shows us how one Valley doctor is trying to help out.
We've seen the message every day for more than a month, but not quite like this. Dr. Michael Doe, a pediatrician with Valleywise Health's Refugee Clinic, put together these videos in various languages to inform those in the refugee community on how to stay healthy.
If our families don't have access to a standardized form of information, it's probably just word of mouth from what they're hearing from other community members, which may or may not be accurate.
The messages are simple, from proper hand washing for 20 seconds to social distancing to covering a cough, critical information that is often a casualty of the language barrier.
Like many underserved populations, they're going to have limited access to healthcare and health information, but it's kind of compounded even more with our refugee families due to the language barriers, the cultural barriers that they face. Not to mention, many of our refugee families have large families with multiple generations, many children. And in a pandemic in which the infection is spread from person to person, this poses a larger risk. I hope that it gets to the desired audience. That's really my main hope, that our refugee families are able to access the videos and are able to understand this critical information that hopefully, is kind of what we all hope slows down this pandemic and gets life back to normal here in Arizona.
Tremai 12 News.
Tram, thanks.